Al Fracassa grew up in the middle of Detroit and was an avid athlete. At Northeastern High School, Al would later be named the Detroit Public High School Player of the Year in baseball. He also played basketball, and for the first time in his life, he went out for football. The love affair began.
And he'd tell us stories about how when he was in Detroit and when he went to high school, how he went, he got his uniform, and then he put it on. And he went out back in the alley behind his house, and so no one could see him, and he would run around, and he said he had so much pride in his uniform, and he taught us those things. I mean, he'd say, every Friday night before your game, take your helmet home and polish it, and clean your shoes, and you'd be cutting the threads off your uniform, and he really wanted you to look like a professional.
Fracassa earned a scholarship to Michigan State as a quarterback. This was the golden age of Spartan football. MSU had a 28-game winning streak, and they were national champs in 1952. Unfortunately for Al, there were 3 quarterbacks ahead of him, and they were all All-Americans. But as the scout team QB, he really learned the game inside and out. After a stint in the Army, he became a teacher and coach. And after a successful number of years at Royal Oak Shrine, in 1969, Al took on his next challenge, Brother Rice. 42 years later, he's still here, because coaching is much more than X's and O's.
I think it teaches kids how to be tough mentally. I think it helps them realize that maybe depending on the teammate is important. And I think it teaches life's family values and being part of something that is bigger than you.
There's not a finer person around than Coach Fracassa, and I think that's where it begins. And I think as a player, or even as a parent, you want your kids to play for somebody like that that's going to teach you, integrity, and to stay on the right path, make good decisions, and understand that there are consequences. And I think he did that for all the players that stayed and did what was asked of them.